guys, so for today's video I wanted to do something kind of a bit different. I'm a bit nervous to put this up because I don't know how it will be received. I've always been very much into crafts. I love making crafts and I do it very often, and it's mainly just things I pick up online. I get inspiration from Pinterest and all those kinds of sites, and I just make stuff for around the home. And recently I was going to Instagram a few things I've made, and it occurred to me that people will probably ask where I got it, like if I made it, how did I make it, and it was going to be so hard to explain in the comments, so I thought I'll just do a YouTube video on it. I hope you guys enjoy this video. It is on a Maison Des Fleurs, I believe that's how you say it. Again, I've never studied French, so I apologize if that's completely wrong, but these flowers are ridiculously priced. They're very beautiful. I see them quite often on Instagram. In New Zealand, if you were to order one that is fresh roses, it's about 500 New Zealand dollars, and if you were to get a box of the long life roses, it's about 2,000 New Zealand, which is crazy. So they're very luxury items. Obviously not a lot of us could afford that, so I figured I would make my own. I craft a lot, so if you guys do like this style of video, I can put up like a lot of crafting videos because I really love it. It's something I really enjoy doing. So without further ado, I feel like I've rambled enough. Let's just get into it, but I hope you guys enjoy. So you just want to begin by taking your box. This one had a hole in one side, but it didn't really bother me because that's not the display side, if you know what I mean. This one I just picked up from the warehouse. Otherwise you could definitely spray paint or put some black wrapping paper over an existing box you had, but this one was only about $10. And then the faux flowers I got, which is from $2 and $5 shop, believe it or not. And I also got this really handy, it's like a spongy like flower arranging rectangle, and you can kind of push the flowers into it. I'll show you very soon. But of course I'm just starting off by cutting all the labels off the flowers, which I later realized I didn't even need to do because I didn't use the stem from it that far down. I don't know if that makes any sense, but anyways, you can do that if you wish. Then I got these kind of foam bricks. They had some of these right next to the artificial flowers I bought. You can usually find them at places that sell fake flowers, but if not, you could use a different type of sponge. These ones are just perfect for it. And just be careful when you're unwrapping these. They are quite like brittle, I suppose is the word for it, because they are meant to be punctured. They're quite easily dinged and stuff by your nails, so I wouldn't recommend just slicing your scissors through the plastic to try and get them open because you might damage them quite substantially. So just try to unwrap them nice and gently. I used 3 for my particular box and they fit perfectly, which was so satisfying. But if you were using a circular box or a different shaped box, they do actually shave down quite easily. The flowers I got did actually have wiring in them, but they weren't too much of a hassle to cut down at all. I just kind of cut through the plastic part and then just wiggled them back and forth and they snapped right off. So before you begin, you just kind of want to plot out how many rows you're going to be doing. So I knew I had 22 roses. I had 11 red and 11 white. Kind of just mapping out a 4x5 grid, if that makes sense. Just so that way you don't run out of roses, you don't pack them too tightly in one area, and it can just look really nice and symmetrical. It's always better to go too long with the stem than too short, because having the longer stem is going to give it a lot more stability in the sponge. So I'm going white cream with the roses. I did initially want to do all red, but I couldn't find enough artificial flowers that were just red. I was so fussy. I went to like the warehouse, Coin Save, Gold Coin, but I did end up finding the best ones at $2 shops. So if you're in New Zealand, that might be helpful to you. You may have also noticed I'm kind of fluffing the petals out and stuff once I push the flowers in, just to make sure there's no kind of gaps showing. And you can swivel it to reposition the leaves and everything. The grey bricks are very forgiving. You can pull the flowers in and out a couple of times to rearrange them. I wouldn't recommend doing it too much because the holes would get very loose, but you can definitely play around with it. So once all the flowers are in there, you just want to print off one of the Maison Des Fleurs logos. I just found mine on Google Images. I'll link the exact one I used down below if that's helpful at all. And then I just bought a little glue stick. I'm not sure how much the small one was that I got, but the large ones were only $3, so I don't think it was much at all. And then I'm just applying the glue directly to the backing paper so that I don't have any weird bubbling or bits lifting. And I'm just doing this because I didn't have any card to print onto, so it's just giving the little sign a bit more stability and thickness. But of course you can print onto cardboard or even laminate it if you have the luxury of having a laminator. Then to adhere it, I thought instead of glue I would use tape because it's just going to give it a firmer hold and more of a flush kind of flat look onto the box. And this is kind of a cheater's way of doing double-sided tape, so you just roll the tape around and flatten it down. You could do any rose color combination that you like. I feel like if you want to go for a more luxury feel, it is nicer to go for colors that are naturally occurring in roses, such as cream or red. But of course, you can do any colorful combination that you want. So here is the finished product. I actually have some really cool like gold and shimmery circular boxes, but I got them from PR, so I figured that would not be helpful because you guys would not know where to find them. But I thought this box was really neat. I think if I do another one, I will just go for a plain black box. Also, my printer kind of made this like a weird pinky color, but you know what? I still love it. And I forgot to add too, you can spray it with some perfume if you want to kind of trick people into thinking they're real roses. I hope you guys enjoyed this little DIY video. I hope to see some of you recreating it, and if you do, please tag me in because I'd love to see what you guys came up with. Bye!